Well, the captain is back, the only man who's going to get 2 testimonials. Mark Richardson, a Cardiff Devil again. How does it feel, Mark?
It feels great. Just so happy to be playing for the Cardiff Devils still, and hopefully just keep enjoying every moment of it. And as we go into the new season, just be looking to do as we do every year and try and win trophies.
I've asked you this before, but let's refresh our memory. When you signed for the Devils as a centre from Bracknell back in, 2005? Did you think it would, you'd be an elite British defenseman, the elite British defenseman, captain of the Cardiff Devils, and still here, still doing it?
Not a chance, no. I mean, you never think of those things, all the way back then, but no, to have kind of, my career to have changed that much, becoming a defenseman and being fortunate enough to have been part of the Cardiff Devils for so long, I'm honoured, and it's hard to really sum up in words what it's meant to me over the years, and I'm just happy that it can continue.
And we're happy too. Before we talk Devils, let's talk GB. We were talking off camera. A great week in Nottingham a couple of weeks ago. A pressured game on that Friday night against Italy. You said to me, you never get any help. You have to do it yourself, and you did do it.
Yeah, obviously, as I was saying, same situation where going into the last game, it's kind of all or nothing. And, I think as a team, we kind of thrive under that pressure. And obviously playing in Nottingham and the fans were amazing. That really helped. But, I just feel the whole tournament, we just, got better and better. And to win in that final game and Jonathan Phillips' final game just meant so much to everyone. And to be going back up to the top tier of world ice hockey is amazing.
You have to be realistic next year, but you've stayed up before, not just there to make up the numbers. There's, with Pete Russell, who we'll talk about in a moment, you guys will go there to be competitive.
Yeah, I think, we were so disappointed to be relegated. I feel the Austria game, we dominated big parts of it, and, just some mistakes that led to kind of to goals at bad times for us, and we couldn't really claw it back. But overall, I think, a lot of people would say, obviously we would say, we had a very good chance of staying up, and so it was disappointing. So to then come back to Division 1A, a group where a few years ago we would have been looking to avoid relegation, and to come in and win it as we did, and be back up there. We're confident, that the national team can stay up there, and that's the plan.
Well, congratulations on that. I mentioned Pete Russell there. Obviously, I imagine you're used to dealing with him, 3-4 weeks a season with GB. You're now going to deal with him 40 weeks of the year, perhaps. What do you think about the GB coach coming to Cardiff?
Yeah, it's great for the club. It's going to be a different experience. Usually have Pete in small doses. But no, he's a great coach. As you can see, the way that Team GB play, it's up-tempo, very aggressive, very sound defensively, and he'll be looking to bring that to Cardiff. And, as I say, really excited. I think the fans should be really excited. It's going to be a great style of hockey, and, we're going to try and win everything we can. So
let us inside that Pete Russell locker room a little bit. Is it structured? Is it video? Is it passion? Is it, a Glaswegian guy throwing teacups? Is it a bit of everything? What's a Pete Russell locker room like? I
would have to say it's a bit of everything. He brings that passion, as you say. I mean, he's brought it to GB. I think it's a huge reason why, the GB team has got to where it has. But then, systems, everything like that, he loves it. He's worked so hard on, perfecting stuff. He's not afraid to try different things. And and apart from that, very demanding as a coach. He'll expect, a lot out of his players. But at the same time, he'll be there to support the players, to teach the players. And, I think, as I say, it's going to be very exciting.
Reflections on last year, Mark, for yourself individually and the Devils. When the Devils were good, they were good, but consistency was an issue. Your time on ice didn't go down. Your consistency didn't drop. What are your reflections on last season?
Yeah, I think just as a team, as you say, it's consistency over the course of an elite league season. You get to the end and you see maybe we're nine points off first place, and you start to think back to the games you lost where maybe you should have won, and small periods of time where you maybe lost 2-3 games in a row, and that's the key in this league. You can't do that. You're going to lose games, but you have to be right back on it the next game. And unfortunately, we just had too many moments like that last year where kind of small periods of bad results, and that hurts you in the end. Personally, yeah, I still feel good, still love playing, so obviously I want to play as many minutes as I can. Probably need to be a little more controlled now as I'm getting older, but no, I still love it, still get that buzz every time I step on the ice, and yeah, hopefully it can continue for a lot longer.
I'm not going to mention your age because you're still younger than me and far better shape than me, but is your game going to change? Right now, you're, well, a top two pairing, and I see no reason as a fan for that to drop, but do you have thoughts of how your role might change?
Not really thoughts, but for me as a player, even with GB, it's changed from tournament to tournament. 2 years playing power play, playing, probably a few more minutes to this year. There was maybe a few more guys in the squad that were power play guys, so no power play time, but happy to do whatever they need me to do, kill penalties, shut down other teams. And I think it's very similar in Cardiff. Last 2 years, not as much power play time, but just do as I'm asked, go out there and play solid defensively, chip in when I can, and yeah, whatever my role is, I'm happy to do.
One of your roles, tell me about your captaincy of the Cardiff Devils, because you are considered, you're well-spoken, you're not maybe a rah-rah guy, but how do you take on the mantle of captain of the Cardiff Devils?
I mean, my kind of view on being captain is, firstly, I'm very honoured to do it. It's such a great club. But day to day for me, it's just about coming in, leading by example, working hard. If I need to say something, yes, but for the most part, I try to lead by actions. And I've been so lucky the past 2 years as captain. I've had great assistant captains, leadership group, guys in the room, and I see that being the same going forward.
Again, I suppose we have to talk about the fact you're veteran now, but still an exceptional veteran. How do you stay motivated, particularly now the off season? You're always the hardest working guy. Come back in the best shape. Where do you get that motivation from?
I think it helps that I enjoy it. I mean, that's one thing, but just to be able to play this game, for a living, to be able to come to the rink as your job every day. I mean, I never ever see how guys can complain about that. As you kind of start getting older, you do obviously start to look towards the end, and for me, I think when it is all done, as long as I can say, look, I gave it my all and played as long as I could, then I'll be happy with that.
As well as working out, Mark, your fantastic daughter is going through GCSEs at the moment, so you're on tutoring duty as well.
Well, not so much tutoring. Just I'm more the taxi driver. Make sure she's at the exams, which needs to be. My wife, Sarah, has been more the tutor, and she looks after Grace, she looks after me, so she's kind of in charge of that.
Excellent. One final question, Mark. I know you kind of saying to me off camera, chip on the shoulder, motivation for next year. What's your message to Devils fans about what they can look forward to next season?
I think that, obviously a team that's going to be aggressive, fast, skilled, and, really after, 2 seasons of not as many trophies as we would like, we're really going to be going for everything, and I think it's going to be very exciting.